the hadith where the Prophet says as-salam about predestiny, when people asked him, why are we doing what we're doing? Is it something that the ink that Allah wrote, everything that's going to happen, has dried and the books were folded, meaning nothing else can be introduced? Or is it something reoccurring, something that is continuously being updated and written again and again? So the Prophet said, no, the ink has dried and the books have been folded. So the companion said, then why work? Why pray? Why worship Allah Azza wa Jal? The Prophet said, work and offer deeds, everyone, Allah would facilitate him to do what is best. What does that mean? Everything was predestined 50,000 years before Allah created the universe. So in the authentic hadith, when Allah created the pen, Allah ordered the pen to write. The pen said, what should I write? Allah said, write everything that is going to happen till the day of judgment. The Prophet ﷺ tells us about the time. He said that this was 50,000 years before Allah created the universe. So now, this means that it is already predestined whether I'm going to heaven or to hell. It is already predestined when I will die. It is already predestined whether I will drop the pen or not. Everything is predestined. Everything is written. The biggest problem is when people think in the details, which they're not supposed to do. Because the English say, the devil is in the details. You have to believe in general. The sixth article of Iman, and to believe in predestiny, whether good or bad. So you believe in that. But what is predestiny? Oh, how can it be that Allah Azza wa Jal knows whether I'm in heaven or in hell? If He knows and He registered that I'm in hell, then why am I doing what am I doing? After 20 minutes, I have to go to the masjid and pray Isha. Why should I pray Isha if I'm already destined to hell? That's a very valid question. The problem is, how do you know whether you're destined to hell or to heaven? Oh, Allah Azza wa Jal already wrote that. True, but how do you know? Why do you assume the worst? Why don't you say, no, I am among the people of paradise, in the highest level of paradise, therefore I'll go 10 minutes early for Isha prayer, and I'll pray in the first row, and I'll read one juz'ah of the Qur'an, and I'll do my adhkar. This is how you're supposed to think. Predestiny is Allah's knowledge. So when you come and try to figure things out, how can you figure things about Allah's beautiful attribute, which is knowledge? He knows the past. He knows the present. He knows the future. He knows what will not happen in the future. How would it have been if it were to happen? All of this is within Allah's knowledge. All of this is within Allah's will. All of this is written 50,000 years before creating the creation. And if you know this, and if you know that all of these predestined things are created by Allah. Wallahu khalaqakum wa ma ta'malun. All our actions are created by Allah, whether they're good or bad. Nothing is created without Allah's permission. But the 1 million Kuwaiti dinar question is, do you know what is predestined for you? No. So what to do? Well, you can sit back, relax, do nothing and end up in hell. Choice is yours. Or you could strive, you could work out, you could go and do the best you can to enter paradise from the 8 gates of paradise and to be next to the Prophet ﷺ. You do your best. Maybe you will not be able to do half of that, but at least show Allah that you're doing your best, and at the end of the day, you will see what was predestined for you materializing. So don't mix apples with oranges. Always acknowledge that predestiny is related to Allah's knowledge, and no one can comprehend that. You have to believe in it, and this is why it's one of the articles of Iman.